Hey, Decathlon Gamer, welcome back to FM24 Youth Factory, episode 51. I'm 51 episodes in, and I still want to call it 23. Which, actually, when you combine this one with that one, we're coming up on the century mark for this series overall, as I think we did about 46, 47 in that first one. Former player Hamad Sumahoro, 22-year-old winger now these days, has moved on from Bournemouth now to Stoke City. 375k up front, 500k eventually. Pretty dang small deal if you ask me for a quality player, but he's only one tier above us, so I guess that happens, especially as you get older. But with a 50% sell on fee, we're going to collect 165k of that, and we'll also receive an extra 17k in installments. He only had 4 appearances for Bournemouth last season, but scored 5 goals. I'm guessing he came off the bench a lot more than the 4 times that he started. So looking back on that career of his, he had 40 goals for us over a 3-year span, getting better each season with an improved rating, though decreased assists each season. I think we lost him mid-year. I think he was like a January move back when we were in the Vanarama South. Actually, no, that was part of the same season. That was 2 seasons. He had 27 goals that particular year with 5 assists, 4 Player of the Match awards after he was loaned back to us for the remainder of the season. The following year, after Bournemouth had purchased him from us, he was on loan at Blackpool, where he had 33 appearances, 8 goals, 6 assists, about a 7 as he jumped to League One. That is a significant jump, and he did pretty dang well. Only 1 tier up from there. The next year, Bournemouth hang on to him. He gets 19 appearances, does well in those, and then all of a sudden they stop using him. 6 appearances the next year, just 15 the one following. 1 so far this year. That's rough. That is rough. Why they went from squad player to further down the line as he's young and getting better, that's a confusing one. That's a head scratcher, and Bournemouth absolutely misused him and stumped his growth, and he's going from championship to championship now, staying at the same level. Hopefully Stoke will use him more, but it's a little late for that now. We no longer have the clause, and we would just have whatever they call. We'd get like 4K or something on the next deal. Our latest game was a 1-1 draw on the road at Burton. Nothing amazing there, except for that we had 3 XG and only managed to get 1 goal. But the most amazing thing, and I know part of it's covered by the face cam here, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yellow cards, a red card, 3 missed penalties in the match. They had 1 missed penalty. We had 2. 1 from McCartney, 1 from Akunle. Then McCartney got a straight red in the 51st minute, 2 minutes before a penalty. That a result of the foul that led to the penalty and him arguing that should have been a red card, and instead he gets a red card for violent conduct or for putting his hands on the referee. I don't know. Who knows? Who freaking knows? Insane match. We played nearly half of it with 10. The 2 goals that were scored were both scored back to back, a minute apart from each other within the first 15 minutes of the game. So just chaos. Chaos ensued. And guess what? That was our first drop points of the season. 4th match of the year. We won. We not only won the first 3, but we've got a plus 11 goal differential in those 4 matches. In those other 3 matches. 4-4-3, or average, anyway. Yeah, we're having a fantastic start to the season. Let's hope that morale stays high. Team keeps performing. Remember, predictions only brought us up to mid-table. Improvement, obviously better. I didn't think it was going to be this much better, but morale's a big part of a team's success, and the morale is good for now. I've finally gotten out of the national licenses and into a Continental C license. We still have a long ways to go in this playthrough, but hey, 3-star reputation, Continental C license, progress. On the mental side, 19 for motivating, 16 for people management, 18 for discipline. Okay, fine. Player knowledge, youngster knowledge, still not great. Not that it matters with the style on the playthrough, with the current ability, potential ability, official, and unlocked. We don't need adaptability when we play outside of our home nation. No, you do, but we're not moving to any new leagues. We're well adapted to England. But it's weird that one doesn't grow. All the others do, and that one doesn't. Even if you were in your own home nation, you'd still learn some adaptability. Coaching outside of your home nation, okay, fine, we're not moving nation to nation, we're not moving team to team, but we are coaching outside of our home nation. Even if very similar in culture, it's not identical. There is adaptation that would take place. We should have a 5, a 6. It's right to be our lowest, but to not evolve at all is just strange. Anyway. Coaching side, 12 for attacking, 13 for defending, 13 for tactical, 12 for technical, 15 for mental. Working with youngsters, still just an 11, but we are progressing. We are getting better. Remember, this was like straight ones in damn near everything. When we started this one, we had the lowest badge possible. We had just a few points total. Today we're up against Tottenham's under-21s side in the first league match of that minor competition. And we do so with massive squad changes, huge rotation. The entire bench is under 21s guys. It's not what you would expect for our roster, but here is why. We've got a couple injuries. We have a couple suspensions, that red card in that last match being one of those. Yellow card accumulation for another player, even though the season's literally just started. It's a lot going on. And then we also have 3 players on international duty that have headed out. And so, yeah, we're quite short-handed. Let's see what the squad can do. We still have some of our starters out there. We have some of our guys that are definitely not playing the whole game, like Sam Lyons is pretty dang fatigued from the get-go. But the lack of options at that defensive mid were troubling. Offside for Lanahan Penrees. No goal. Well offside. Easy call there. Flag raised immediately. Looked nice. Didn't mean anything. Very small crowd on hand, but, it's Tottenham under 21s. They might be Tottenham, but they don't play in front of large crowds. They're reserve side. And I do find it weird that the reserve sides just don't get much more love. Adekunle crosses outside the box, and then a bad pass on the second option there. Strange choice. Koulibaly in goal. As our main man on international duty. Potter gets the start. Ralston gets the start. Both of them have yellows already. Walker gets the start. That's the big changes. The other big changes are really just the lack of options bench-wise, and how we have a very, very young, inexperienced bench today. And we will have to play some of them. Now remember this competition, a draw will go to penalties. There will be an extra point for a penalty winner there. So second half gets underway. Potter will get subbed here in probably 10 minutes. Ralston, we're going to have to tough it out with him. That's a danger one, because Lyons is the one we have to sub. He can't play the whole game. I don't know if the keeper got a piece of that or not, but it goes off the corner of the bar and comes back out and does not fall gratuitously to any of our other guys. But we're definitely controlling this second half here a little bit, and let's go ahead and make that first change with Rossini, who's cleared to come back into action, is definitely a better option than Potter. Potter's that one who doesn't grow and improve. Wilkinson tries to head that back into the middle of the box. Not sure if he was trying to put that on the frame of the goal. I think he was just trying to get that back to the 6-yard box. Potter, nice header there. Walker's going to get a big chance. Oh, he goes near post, upper corner. Fox made that look like a fairly easy save, but I do think that was a little tougher. Wilkinson nearly forces the turnover, but they hang on to it. Get a chance here. Pop in, long ball, big chance, and Koulibaly saved that. That was out for a corner. Koulibaly tipped it up and over. Well up and over. Like they had just missed wildly. Like they did there. Same guy. Looked the same. They've only managed to get 2 shots on target, but it's been a pretty 50-50 game otherwise. McFadden finds Lyons inside, and Lyons goes high and wide. 73rd minute. Do we want to change things up? Well, Sam Lyons might be having a good game, but he cannot finish this thing, so my option was Christopher Joseph. I think that's his first appearance coming up here. Wilkinson's having a bad day. Lanahan Penreese is having a terrible day. Let's just get him out of there. Give him some rest. Let's get Phil Hewitt on. We have multiple subs we can make. And I don't care much if it ends up going to penalties. It goes to penalties. Even though the board would like us to get out of this first round, I don't much care. There's hardly any money in this competition. It's just experience for some of the young guys, and they'll get their experience. And whether we win or lose, whatever the cards may have in store for that one is what they'll have in store. As that one's headed away, it's 1-1, which is perfect for us. Forest Green, MK Dons in the other game. They're both League 2, which makes it a real opportunity for us to move on. We kind of face some easier competition here, but frustrated that we're not doing anything with this one as we head into the final minutes. We've managed to get more shots on target, nearly 50%, but it looks like we're headed to penalties. Ooh, one more chance from them. Outside the box, big chance. And it's wide. Koulibaly definitely thought that might be in, and he went full dive for it. With a lot of our guys unavailable today, we're looking at a very different roster. So we'll have to make some selections on who to bring in. Here we go again. This has become a real regular for us, and Phil Hewitt's going to step up first and convert the first penalty. Putman, who's had a bit of a strange game, is going to convert his to equalize. Adekunle now up with Fox in goal. He guesses right, but he thought it might be a bit more down the middle and didn't really dive out for it, so was nowhere near it. And Koulibaly makes a save. Nice there. We go into this third kick with a significant advantage now, and Wilkinson drives that hard down the middle. I hate that for a penalty. It works out sometimes, but not as often as one would think. Koulibaly cannot stop this one. Guesses wrong. It's 3-2, but the pressure's on. McFadden can keep that pressure on, but he goes with a very, very soft, lofted kick. Keeper keeps his footing and steps across and makes a save right down the middle, and Koulibaly guesses down the middle and cannot stop it. How in the world did that just happen? That was a terrible attempt. Here is Walker, the young man, with pressure on, puts us on top. It's 4-3. They have to match to stay alive, or it's done. Lucas has some appearances for Tottenham, right? This is so many years in. No, this is way too many years in. Joseph keeps pressure on. Another young man stepping up, and it's 5-4. Quincroft will be next. Can Koulibaly save another? He has saved one so far. Not even remotely close to that one, even if he guessed right. I don't think he's going to get that. That's in the roof in the corner. And Webb doesn't beat Fox by much, but Fox again kind of stays stationary down the middle. He's becoming an easy target for that, as he is pretty locked into that central area. Marcano. Koulibaly guesses wrong. If he's patient, that's an easy save like the McFadden one. There was very little power on that. Rossini! Oof. Fox totally came off his line. Don't know why the flag doesn't go up there. He attacked that one. And here is Fox. Fox is going to take this. Can he be the hero to keep his team alive? He is. Koulibaly hasn't stopped squat. He's guessed wrong like every time. Hassel. I'm sensing a pattern. We go left or down the middle. They're going right every time. 9th kick. 8-7. Will it be short? It is! Koulibaly saves it! We have finally won a shootout. First time in our, 2 years of seeing these as a regular, 3 years of seeing these as a regular thing. We've had at least 2 per year for the last 3 years now. This, of course, being the first of this year, but it's our 5th, and it's our first penalty win of those 5, I believe, if memory serves me correctly. Good day from the defense, great day from Koulibaly, and of course that's the 2 saves on the penalty that has really driven his ratings up. Poor day from the offense, even though we actually kind of, we were okay. Better than them, and they're only 2 shots on target. Might be early days. We've only played 6 matches so far, and very few players have actually played in all 6 matches, but here is how the team is looking at this point on the development side. Sam Julian up from a 129, now a 130. He's getting kind of close to that potential ability, as is Adekunle, and Adekunle has picked up a couple points, so already good development there for those two through that month plus of preseason and about a month into the season now. Wilkinson hanging out at a 122, Jones 117, Lanahan Penrith and Chris Webb looking good, Ben Hassel is looking good, and they are getting to be not just League One quality, but now they're starting to be upper League One quality. And so it was where we just had the 3 guys that were championship level. Well, now all of a sudden we have the next 3 guys are upper League One, if not Archie Jones, like inching his way towards championship level now. McCartney, McFadden, Lyons, Hewitt, even Rossini are all League One caliber now. Lagging behind, but getting closer, Lee Ward, but injured, at a 98. Steve Walker quickly, a 97. He is almost at that League One quality now and getting, more and more time and attention, and he's still just 17. Lee Ward's still just 18, actually. Koulibaly's only going to ever get so good as a backup, and with limitations of current potential ability of just a 111. Same with Redknapp, and Redknapp's about as good as he's ever going to be, especially at 26, and that's why he's been moved to the bench. He's out injured right now, but Wiley still has some room for growth, but hasn't seen it yet. He's only had a couple appearances. Same with Ashley Potter, and Potter, of course, got that starting job for a while last season and just wasn't developing. He's our one low motivation guy on the senior squad, and I'm not sure how he got to that 91. He lacks that motivation. He gets the experience at the senior level and still doesn't develop, so I'm surprised he managed to develop previously. But anyway, playing has come a long ways, and he's nearly into that 90s category, that comfortable League 2 group. Our backups are all comfortable League 2 guys, but Earlston is, even he's starting to make gains and climbing up and catching up a little bit, and so senior squad as a whole is getting very capable at this level, and no wonder we are performing well. The average ratings so much better than a season ago, outside of McCartney, who literally got his first appearance of the year after coming off an injury and got red carded and missed a penalty in that one appearance. So that's an abysmal rating that he got for that one. It's trade deadline time. Offers are coming in. Let's see if we can get through the day on this. I am still nervous that there's going to be offers big enough for 1 or 2 of our players, and so we could be in a little bit of trouble. So faster time goes, the better it will be for us. Even McFadden is getting offers right now. 1 o'clock already and no news. Oh, I like that. 5:15. Apparently other teams have given up on us. It's tomorrow, guys. It's tomorrow, not today. It's the 1st, not the 31st. So we are now actually into the deadline day. 11 o'clock. Player of the month for this month. Lanahan Penrith has won it with 6 goals and 4 appearances. Archie Jones finished second with 4 goals and 2 assists of his own. And he's dedicated the award to me. And Young Player of the Month has gone to Archie Jones, with Sam Lyons coming 3rd. We've had a good month, folks. With a valuation of $4.1 million, it's going to take a lot to get Sam Julian off of us. And the first offer of the day coming in just before 5 p.m. is only $2.4 million at the top end of it, nowhere near. So easily able to reject this one and continue on our merry way. late into the evening, just a handful of hours to go. I accidentally changed it to reject all transfer offers, but I've fixed that. They've made 2 more offers over the last couple of hours, but still, they've broke the 3 million mark. And it's 11 o'clock, so they only got up to, the last one was 3.4 million. Could rise to 4.3, but that's not exceeding the value, right? That's right at the upper limit of it. This is not exceeding it, so they certainly got closer, but they did not exceed. So that's okay, even though that happened a little bit by accident. The window is closed. The window is closed, and the biggest deal of the window was our former man, Sam Brooks, going away. So we have not lost any players. The one thing, now that that window has closed, free agency is a different thing in different leagues. I'm wondering about the status of a certain player who remains a free agent. So on the Ollie Atkins front, I'm a little torn on this one. He can play at that left wing. He's certainly good enough to play with us, for us. And it doesn't matter if we have suspensions or who's waiting in the wings. He's one of our guys. And it's the FFP that caught us out with Atkins. It's the only reason why he's gone. We let him go at the end of the season. We released him on a free transfer a year ago because he cost us $600K per year, which was outrageous. We've reined in those larger deals since then. And I've already mentioned a $300K deal would be kind of what I would have an offer for him, which we now can afford and would be a reasonable sum for him, and it would be a start point on something to build. And there was no reason to lose him, not realistically anyway. And he still hasn't been picked up by anybody else, so he's rotting away. That's what makes this one unique compared to the others. Now, as for, I've checked the comments from that last episode and what's happened with Atkins, and there was one comment that was like, no, don't take Atkins. For one, we have depth. And yes, I do get that. And this does interfere with that depth a little bit by adding another player in. But there was multiple comments, definitely leaning more. Good 80% of those who did partake in their thoughts on Atkins were in favor of bringing Atkins back. And I'm going to go ahead and do it. Now, I might be coming up on this registration issue. I think I should be able to bring him, but we'll do the move to my club, and there are his attributes, and he might not even be our starter anymore, at this point. He's lost stuff sitting out for a year, is my guess. He looks like he's not so good. A 58, 115 for Ollie Atkins? What in the world? Sitting out a year and a half. He has lost a ton of quality. In that case, it's been nice knowing you, bud. I'm so sorry, but I guess we'll go with plan B. Atkins. He's lost a lot of current ability. I mean, he was over 100. I don't remember exactly where he was, but he was over 100. Man, oh man, poor guy. Poor guy has forgotten how to play the sport. Apparently, it's not like riding a bike. A month later, we've fallen back down to earth with a 0-0 draw against Portsmouth, where I had a lot of international guys gone, and so we just lacked enough punch to make the result happen for us. But then, a very close loss to Crew, though our consolation goal late made it look a little closer than it probably was. But then also a disappointing away defeat at Wrexham at the Racecourse Ground, where we lose 1-0, and then a 4-0 victory at home. Great way to bounce back with AFC Wimbledon, who've been a pretty good team. They've been near the top of the league here. And then we followed that up with another 0-0. Get the clean sheet, but again, not able to get the offense going. It looked like the defense was a little stronger for us, but it also looked like we didn't do too bad overall. We've fallen back down to earth a little bit with a now 7th place in the league and 15 points, but overall looking pretty dang good. Lanahan Penreese leading the league with 8 goals. Average rating still have the top 2. So much better than a year ago. By the end of, by the beginning of October, not the end of, we've got good development. Obviously in the U18s, maybe not what it once was. They're a little less competitive as they had been, but that's because I was storing all of the talent down here before. And a lot of that talent's at the U21s, right? It's so much better overall. Christopher Joseph already started the season pretty dang good and damn near ready. He was mid 80s. He's a 97 already. The 18-year-old is forcing his way into the senior squad. I gave him one appearance off the bench. He's had 2 appearances otherwise already. So he is going to very quickly, even though he's got a bit of a knock right now, he's going to very quickly find himself up here and, replacing like Kev Ralston, who's, still at that 82, coming up a little bit slower. Plain has passed up Wiley and Potter, a 91 overall. Lee Ward is healthy now, so he's climbing once again. Steve Walker they're both about to hit that 100 mark. Things are going well at the moment here. Continuing to push on 4 more matches. On the surface, things look really good. Another Papa John's Trophy one with League 2 MK Dons, and we win 3-1, but Lee Ward ends up getting sent off and getting a 3-match ban out of that one. We beat Chesterfield 3-2 on the road. Both of us, we scored 89th minute, and they got a consolation goal a few minutes later. Carlisle, we beat 3-0. Swansea, 0-0 draw. But right now, we've taken on 3 significant injuries in the last little bit. Suspensions, again. So we're a little shorthanded at the moment, and it's not looking great on that front. It could cause a dip in our form as we continue late into October and into the next phase of our season. Things have gone really well, though, better than expected. We're still in 7th place on 22 points as the league starts to sort itself out here a little bit, but plus 17 right now. We're trending where we should be going upward. I mean, we've got a very strong goal differential. We've only taken 2 losses. We just haven't been able to quite finish games off, but that's a huge difference from a year ago where we couldn't hardly get a win last season. Massive difference from where we were a year ago, and definitely looking comfortable for that part. But if we continue to hover around this territory, this will end up being a very quick season to set us up for a year from now. And the way we've been able to hang on to everyone, not losing anyone in this summer window, I'm getting more and more confident with the contract structures and length that we're able to start putting in play now that we're in a league as high as League One. And with our system the way it is, we don't have to worry. In real life, you do a lot of shorter contracts because you worry about the year-by-year finances and quality of players, and you don't want to get locked into contracts with bad players. And the nature of this series is we have to play with this core group of guys. We can't transfer anybody. We have a transfer ban. So it makes it actually really easy to always hang on to players if they're good enough or could be good enough. And, Koulibaly was around 1 season too long. Oh no, he wasn't making that much money. Okay, well, we got into trouble with Ollie Atkins, who we then got out of trouble with, and then saw what happened when a player sits dormant for a while. I'm still in awe of that. Just how significant of a drop-off. I mean, he dropped like 50. He dropped like 50 points, and I think that is his actual potential and was his actual potential, and he was already at his potential. He was like 100 overall kind of guy, but to drop by 40 plus 45 current ability in a year and a half without a team is just crazy. Did I mention it's crazy? But just looking at the squad, you can see injuries to Wiley, Wilkinson, and Jones, both attacking mids, and your backup attacking mid then obviously becomes a rapid climbing Steve Walker, who's already hit that 100, but he's also the backup for the left wing. So realistically, I think what we're looking at right now for a typical lineup is going to be Walker in that attacking mid, and Penrose on his traditional left wing, and Phil Hewitt starting on top. But that does drop us down a little bit in quality. That does drop us down. I mean, Hewitt's got 3 starts, 5 bench appearances, and just 2 goals. He's being outscored by damn near everybody here. Lana and Penrith and Wilkinson are the main guys, and one's going to be out of position and one's injured. Could have some problems going forward. So far, the season is going fantastic. Most everything has gone the way you would hope it would go. The development side, the performance side, the other competitions are all going well so far. I mean, things are good. Things are good. No complaints right now, even though we do have a number of injuries and suspensions. Like, we'll be okay. Or will we? And that's the only cliffhanger I can leave you on. That things still could turn. A drop in form could knock us down a peg or two pretty dang quickly, as we're still not that good of a team. Much better than we were, and continually getting better. And, you know, all of a sudden we're looking at a couple more guys in that 100 club and, you know, basic just about League One quality now. And how's our young man Christopher Joseph doing? 98, and but Ralston's developing too, and that's the funny thing, is just like, we have choices. Oh yeah, I like that. That's gonna do it for this episode though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.